So Richard, thank you for spending this time.
You're welcome.
And what I would like to ask you is, what are your unique ways that you create sacred space in your everyday life?
It's a wonderful question. For me, sacred space is every moment. So there are certain rituals I do on a daily basis. A little chanting, a little breathing. I like to sit in the morning. If there's time in the evening before I go to sleep. But also when I'm going to sleep, when I've said all my good nights and I'm lying there. To me, there is a ritual that I do as I go into sleep to bring that sense of presence that's there all day long into the sleep as well. Because for me, the sacred is just really this moment.
Yes.
And really being present to the moment, not distracted by all the different thoughts, although that doesn't mean not to be engaged. But to be right here.
Yes.
So there's that availability of intimacy, moment to moment with whomever I am with, or with the space around me. So I would say intimacy, moment to moment.
Intimacy, which is presence. Be fully present.
You know that
is it?
it's two things. It's being present with what is, but it's also being present, I would say, as presence itself. So the presence that I feel we are infuses all the objects that we're with. So, like as we're sitting here,
Yes.
to me, you're a delightful presence
Thank you.
that is also a manifestation of the presence. So it's a delight. It's kind of like singing with myself, or,
Yes.
or hanging out with myself.
Right. And it's a wonderful energy. I can feel it.
And to me, that's all day long. That's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And it's just something to take delight in.
Would you share a few of those rituals, or your nighttime rituals that you do as you go to sleep?
Sure. The nighttime ritual actually isn't really much different from the morning ritual when I like to sit. It's basically meeting and greeting all the different flavors that are present of thoughts and sensations and emotions. Just, I think of myself as somebody who's receiving them all into my guest house. And meeting and greeting, welcoming them, trying to look back on my day. Was there any feeling that wasn't welcomed when it showed up? And welcoming it in. And then stepping back into the presence, the kind of ground of presence that all those things are floating in or being in. And I see them not separate, so they're infused and not separate from that presence, but really now backing out into the presence itself. So in a way, the presence outshines all the objects for a time. So as I go into sleep, I've in a way met them, greeted them, and then say, I'm going to take my leave for a little while and just be this presence. So, and I do that in the morning when I sit quietly, and all during the day. There are times. So to me, it's a kind of an interplay between, say, being here with you, which has its own flavor and presence, and then feeling the presence that we are also separate from all the things that are changing moment to moment. So that flavor of, I would say, non-changing presence.
Yes.